All right, good morning, cyber traders. Welcome back. Hopefully, everyone had a great long weekend on national holiday of Juneteenth. So it was, I hate holidays because it just kind of screws things up the week before, the day before, and the day after. And we'll talk about some of the things, but on the positive note, it was a nice weekend. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed it, had a good time, and now it's time to go to work. Let me just remind everybody today. Going into June is a very, very unique month. It wasn't like the month before. Usually months usually end like in the middle of the week, in the early week. This month, we start. There's 30 days in this month, and the last day of the pay period is on a Friday, which really screws things up because what is after that weekend? 4th of July weekend. 4th of July is on a Tuesday. That means the market's closed on Tuesday. That means everybody's going to take off on Monday. That means everyone's going to show up late on Wednesday. It is going to be a very, very short July. And the last day in the pay period is on a Monday. So June has obviously been an exciting month, but I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, a lot of good stuff going on today regarding the market. There are a couple of things that are moving, and we're going to go over it. I mean, you got the stock NUWE that had a little bit of a pop, cheap little stock. You could see that the wicks are pretty wide on this stock right here. But look at the overall on what some of the stocks doing. There were a couple of iceberg orders that did show up, especially a big one showed up right around $4. I'll show this up right here. You can see it's starting to build a ladder effect. There are a lot of orders to show up, starting to push it down. It's up pretty big, but there are a couple other ones out there we're going to share. But before we do that, we always want to talk about what happened last week. So anyway, let me change this to a 2-day chart. And first of all, I want to start off with Nikola. So Nikola was a great running stock last week. I know a lot of you here who are watching on YouTube or on your social media. This stock literally was at 50 cents. This thing almost ran to $2 a share. Really nice mover, nice little trend. Well, guess what? Whatever goes up comes down twice as fast. So if you had a stock and you were 400% in the week, people can't even make that in a lifetime. Here we do it, that's why people love day trading, get a big runner up, and you got to know when to take the profit. So even if you bought it at $1 and you sold it at $1.50, you made 50 cents, 50% of your money, you're still doing pretty well. But she's on a downtrend. You could see why. The point of bringing this up, this is why it's so important to take profits. Same thing with Carvana. Carvana has been having a phenomenal run up. The stock, we were watching it back in early June. It was right around the 16s. Once the stock broke that resistance, thing ran to 30. Got really beat up on Friday. You could see it ran from 28 down to 25. Another nice little run up yesterday. So anyway, the point I'm bringing those stocks up is because whatever goes up goes down, and you could always short. So if you're swing trading or your options trading, it's so important to be focused on the day trade. Was also a really nice stock. That came out. We were talking about in Cyber Group Room with Josh and everything. I don't know. They came out with these $1,500, what is it? $1,500 headsets that Apple got involved. Now I know everybody probably in the Cyber Group Room here wouldn't even think of spending that much money, but they did, and stock did really well. Went from 27 to 45, had a big pop. She's starting to trend down. She was up a lot, that stock. So anyway, a nice little stock. Mara was doing pretty well. I'm throwing Mara back on the watch list. Okay. So Mara looks pretty good. Mara, we traded it. You could see it had a really nice move yet on Friday. Ran from $9.20, ran all the way to $10. Not a huge winner, but had a couple of shakes here, but was pretty strong. Didn't really do anything great going into the last hour, but she was a good middle day movement. Tito's, another big pop. I would keep an eye on Tito's. It's been a fun stock to trade. We've been doing pretty well. Ride also, another nice little run up right there. Stock went from 450, finally capped out. It did a little bit of nasty shake right around here. Let me blow this up so you guys can see a little bit bigger. Did a shake right around 10:30. You should have been careful. Everyone should have got out probably right around 6 if you jumped in where we watched it make its big move around 5:30. And you could see it. Once it start breaking lower lows, listen, every single stock looks almost exactly the same, and that was one of them. Space was also a pretty cool one. So Space, you obviously heard about what happened with Space. Space had that big news coming out. They're going to be launching that rocket again, Virgin Atlantic, and had a really good move, $4 to $6. And you know what? What does that mean? It means that people out the street were like, I don't know what that means. I don't know why it's up. So now they're finally going out there. Okay, great. Boom, the stock is going down. Anyway, did everyone heard what happened over the weekend regarding about this submarine that went to go look at the Titanic? Did everybody heard about it? Just out of, anyone on social media? Manuel, you heard about it? Everyone else? Yes, not good, Grant, right? Okay. They're missing. Yeah. So anyway, listen, this is the problem with a company like Space, company like, Amazon and maybe Tesla, I probably have a little more confidence in. But, they're trying to make these super rich trips, right? Go to the moon, go and see the Titanic. So anyway, let's pray. I hope they can find him back. They said they'll run out of oxygen up until Thursday. So anyway, for some of you who don't know what happened, there was this submarine that billionaires they took, I think, like 10 people down there or something like that. It was $250,000 to go down the submarine to do a tour of the Titanic. Okay, privately owned, everything else. Well, something happened. Oh, was it 5 people, Wendy? It was 5. Okay. You couldn't pay me you could have paid me $250,000. Well, you know what, Michael? Listen, when you got $1 billion, right? For you and I, that's like paying like $25 to them. Honestly, maybe $250 to do a trip. That's basically what it costs them. You got to think the mindset. It's a different league, right? But the point is that these people went down there. They have nothing better to do with their money. They want to do these trips. And I get it. You know what I mean? Like, listen, why not? You got it. You could build a brand, whatever. Anyway, long story short, something happened. They don't know what happened. And they said it might even be too deep to even get down there to get to them, depending what happened. They don't know what happened. But when you deal with companies like Space, right? You saw what happened to the space shuttle. Now you see what's happened with the submarine. It does not look good for these billionaires to come out there like, you know what? I just saw what happened to the submarine, and it's going to trickle down. So my point that I'm getting to is this. We see as traders, when we trade, we find stocks that are moving in the industry, and when they're a leader, it will affect other stocks. So even though that you missed one stock, if it was the cannabis, the pot stocks, if it was Nvidia regarding with AI or AI stocks, it will trickle down to other ones. So I'm just saying, just be very, very careful, because you might think this is great news, and it just takes someone else that has a big catastrophe, and all of a sudden all bets are off. Okay, because now I know if I was that billionaire and my wife knew I was going to go on Space, and she just heard what happened with this submarine, all right, she'd be like, you know what? Your life is too valuable to go out there and sit there and enjoy, because you got nothing better to do with your money. You know what? Maybe you should stay here because you look better off being here. So my point is, that's the issue. You got to watch out for these other stocks that are coming out. Well, anyway, that's the things that we got to look at. Anyway, now let's do some shopping. Let's see what's going on this morning, because there are a couple of stocks, and I just want to kind of bring that up because it's some of those things that you have to look at as professional traders that cause these big catastrophes that make opportunities for you and I. Now, a couple of stocks, you can see Dice obviously had a big pop right there. Dice is moving pretty well. It's a buyout. So to me, what it looks like, so it's not going anywhere. So scratch that out. You got this stock. I think it's a new IPO. This one just made a big move again. I don't know what's up with this stock. It started 8 o'clock this morning, ran from 420 up to 7, came back down to 5. This stock is extremely volatile. BOF. Let me go check out the order and see what we got going on out there. Right now, just by looking what's happening in pre-market, I can see this thing could be a category 5. Oh, that explains it. Big order just showed up right here. It wasn't a lot, 9,000, but apparently that made the stock at rocket from that 530 all the way up. So yeah. So we got some iceberg orders on this one. I recommend, if you're not a category 5 trader, stay away from it. Okay. There are a couple other ones I did find. There was this one right here, VCIG. Okay, VCIG had a really good run up. The issue with VCIG is that around 8:15, there was a huge iceberg order that showed up there, and I'll show it to you on this one right around here. Once he showed up, the stock went from 420 back down to 330. Now, can this stop build support levels? I don't really see any big buyers out there other than this person out here at 390 at 369, and he kind of pulled his order. So if you're long, you might be wrong on the VCIG. What I do like about this stock, and I'm going to keep an eye on it, this stock, a lot of you remember this stock, back on May 2nd, this stock ran from $2 to $27 a share. Okay, remember that? So we all know this thing could move. So keep it on your watch list. All right. So I'm not dead on it yet. Another one, we already talked about this one right here. The NUWE? Decent push, got support levels on 360. I see some orders out there. We got 3.6 million shares already traded in pre-market. That's pretty much what we're looking for. Looking stocks have good volume. This stock, Lucky, I found it also 5 million shares. Not really that much. I mean, it's got some decent volatility, but I'm not seeing too many orders out there. But because it is a Tuesday, it's a big long weekend, and we don't really have that much out there, which I did not find. I'm throwing Lucy back on the watch list. Okay. Everything else I found underneath that, these are all kind of like dead, low volume stocks, not much going on out there. Losers wise, any bad over the weekend getting crushed. This stock right here is getting hammered. I don't think it's on your short list because it's under $5. So you could scratch that out. So no dead cat bounce there. New York Stock Exchange. CANO looks pretty good. CNNO. This stock looked like it had a really good after hours. I guess news made it move. The only thing I don't really care for it, I'm not seeing that many orders out there. You got a 70,000 share order out there at $1.75, and that's about it. But you know what? She's the biggest percentage gainer in New York. We rarely ever see it. Let's give it a shot. All right. Over here on the losers, nothing really there. And everything we found that were in the big percentage gainers on the NASDAQ is pretty much the most active right here. All right. All right. Anything I'm missing I did not call out? Anything else? It looks like that pretty much does it. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now, don't forget, a couple of quick announcements. Today is Tuesday. You know, we have Traders Talk, okay, with Josh at 11. Tomorrow we have open house. So don't forget, please go out there and share it. We'll see you there. If you're watching YouTube, you could always just click on that little QR code in the top left-hand corner, and you can always get registered and join us. And with that, you know, just be careful. It's going to be it's going to probably become a very active week, probably till tomorrow. And then don't forget, you know, the 4th of July weekend coming back from Juneteenth, which is kind of really hard when you have two holidays, national holidays, so close to each other that we probably won't get, you know, we'll probably get a lot of action early than on later. All right. All right, everybody. So good luck today. Happy trading. Market's going to open up about 15 minutes. Let's get ready for the market. Traders, you see something, you say something. Cyber Group, if you're new here to cyber trading, make sure you talk to education advisors. I know we have a couple appointments with some of you that want to look to get in part of CTU. Look forward to talking to you. And like I said, if you're watching us on social media, you feel free. We're here live every morning at 9 a.m., 2:30. And always just click on that QR code if you ever want to join our trading room. Good luck, everyone. Happy trading. Be safe. We'll see you when the market opens up.